Hello and welcome to my channel, My Garden, My Passion. I often lament that I do not have sunlight in my garden and so I don't have color or flowers. But I just thought, let me have a look around my garden, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that I have so many colorful flowers in my garden. And this is a weedy type of titonia, or the wild sunflower, and this one grows very easily. It literally grows wild in Dharwad like a weed. And I will show you the other flowers in my garden that are right now adorning my garden or making it colorful. Here are a few winter blooming seasonal plants. I have a lone dahlia, a few chrysanthemums, and the salvia in three colors: the white, red, and the deep purple ones. I have placed all these pots where they receive sunlight only for a few hours. That's up till midday sunlight. So this is one small colorful patch. This is the winter blooming poinsettia. It is bright red color, and I have made a whole video of it last year. You can have a look of it. I called it as the photoperiodic plant because it blooms only when nights are long and days are short. Another red color flower. This is the coral fountain bush or the firecracker plant because of the red color. So you can see this is also in bloom. It's called as a fountain bush because of the way the branches fall down or cascade down. Here are a few bunches of Odontonema strictum. This is also called as the fire spike plant because of the color and the way the flowers are jutting out. So this is in a pot and in part shade. Another red flower, and that's growing in part shade. That's called as the catkin or the cat's tail. It's an Amaranthacea family plant. The red gingers bloom almost all year round and they add a little bit of color. So I made a video on this only, and you can have a look at it. Here's a lone bunch of the Clerodendron splendens growing in 100% shade, and that's why the plant has not grown very large. I'm surprised that I have so many reds in my garden, and this bromeliad has been in bloom since the past 2 months now. It's in complete shade. Bromeliads are difficult plants, so I've just left it there and it has bloomed by itself. The anthuriums also bloom almost all year round in my garden. These are the old varieties which are larger in size, and only one flower at a time will bloom. They're almost in 100% shade. These are blooming in the foliage corner. I have made a video of this foliage corner. You can have a look at it. So in this shady plot, the anthuriums are blooming. The pentascarnia also blooms in part shade, and this plant has not been planted but it has grown between the rocks or the steps. So this is a lavender colored flower, adding a little color here. These are the shrimp plants growing completely in shade. There are three colors here. The red one, they are actually the bracts, while the flowers are the white ones. Here you have the greenish bracts, and here's another variation with red bracts and red flowers. So they are growing completely in the shade with filtered sunlight. This is the 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗃𝗃 erecta and hasn't really grown much, probably because of lack of sunlight. I have a lone flower here. And of course these begonias, which are shade loving too. So there's one in a lighter pink color too. These attractive milkweed flowers, both in red and yellow, not only add color to the garden but attract butterflies because their leaves are food for the monarch butterfly. So the butterfly will lay eggs on these plants and you can have colorful butterflies too in your garden. These orange colored crossandra are popular in South India for making garlands, for adorning hair or for worshipping, and not really an ornamental plant as it is in many gardens in North India. And this is the Raat Ki Rani, not a bright color but a beautiful shrub with these cascading bunches of flowers. Since it's morning, the flowers are in bloom, but they will close up a little later. That's about around 9 o'clock. And here is the most gorgeous of the blooms in my garden, and that's 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 So it adorns my garden in the month of December and January. So you can see that hanging bunches are there. They grow on old wood. So some of them are covered in this thicket. Look at the beautiful colors. There are many buds which are yet to bloom. So all along you can see there are buds. And finally here I have this lavender colored bougainvillea that has grown large and even outside my compound. I have grown them in the ground and they need to be pruned often, but in winter they do produce these beautiful flowers. Hope you like this video of mine. I hope to make separate videos on each of the plants that I've shown you today.